All right. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. All right. It would appear that we're beginning to go online. We're just gonna have to copy all that. And let's see if this chat window works real quick. Where did it go? Here we are. And it's a huge all right, we got links in there anyways. Let's do that. All right, we're going live on Facebook. That chat didn't come through. I don't know if people are actually seeing it. That's for Facebook. Let's see. Is Twitch working? So I'm trying Restream today for the first time for this. Nice. That's not all coming on. Don't have a description for the Twitch. See if I can put a description in the YouTube. Go to the YouTube. Oh man, I'm just gonna edit it. Oh. Save, there we go. So let's go back and refresh this page and nice, updated the description. So that's YouTube events. Let me might have like, okay, this goes straight to it. See, I might have to, let me just adjust this real quick. Bam. Save. That's good. Share this. Then I need the link to the YouTube. Getting the hang of this. Let's see. Oh, so one or both of these. Let's see. Get shareable link. And share that there. Let's see. Nice. Shared it there. And bam. Let's begin, folks. All right. Welcome to another episode, another community broadcast from the Illinois Valley. Wanted to introduce folks a little bit to the decentralized web and update on kind of the CV task force that's going on. Not too many updates locally, but I have links to this morning's press briefings. Also, I wanted to go over some local Twitter posts and information that came out of some of the local Twitter pages. And then a couple little extras at the end here. I have my favorite cartoon YouTube channel. If you're a cat lover, you're going to want to stick around for that. Also, if you're looking for new ways of earning income or cryptocurrency that can become valuable in the future, I have a great website that does basically allows you to help train artificial intelligences, and then you get rewarded or paid for that. And then finally, it's the closing. Yeah, so I have those updates, and let's get started. So, decentralized web. I'll probably have some videos that go a little bit more in depth as people ask questions in the Telegram group, which you should be able to find a link to in the description or the chat box. But it's real easy. This is quite a large development, but you can get 2 different browser extensions. Both of them allows your browser to kind of resolve decentralized domains, which is quite different than having a centralized domain on like a GoDaddy server or Amazon Web Service. So unstoppable domains, you can get the extension for that, as well as for the EOS network. They also have an extension that you can install. You can then resolve EOS domains natively in your browser. And EOS is really cool because there's a lot of other applications within the EOS network where you can actually earn income for organizing online, essentially. So I'll have more information about that later in this episode. Again, you can find these links in the description. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you actually watch this thing and listen to me. But the White House does have a YouTube channel. and they are having their press briefings as well as other things throughout the day. But the task force seems to be a pretty consistent, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern Time, somewhere around there is usually when the task force has their press briefing. In the press briefing today, there's kind of just more of confirming what we've been hearing. Also, what else? There's been huge changes in the FDA for folks that like to read about that. I'm sure there will be changes within the FDA that affect things within the county. And of course, if they're kind of moving quickly on things, it's really important for us, the public, to kind of do our due diligence and, know what they're going to be giving us in the future. Or even just how maybe crops or different foods are grown and kind of funded by the government. Again, they mentioned the Defense Production Act. There's a great Wikipedia page if you want to check that out. And then also, one of the things to realize, although they don't talk much about this, is that the federal government is buying assets from corporations that, basically have stranded assets. This is one of the ways that the federal government's injecting trillions of dollars into the monetary supply. And an important update that he did mention today that was different is that FEMA is now essentially the organization that's going to be in control of the emergency management procedures that get enacted. And he did confirm that the CDC is now the point of contact for states. But CDC has a YouTube channel. They published several short videos today, and I'm sure their website's full of, time-sensitive and important information. So some new news did come out of the briefing, although not really enough. Okay, I'll just next. One of the this is big. So that the Trump mentioned is Colloquin, I believe, in malaria medicine, and how it might be helpful to prevent coronavirus. Now, the reason why this is because I believe, and in this video, it talks about it. Talks about it in a couple lectures over the last week, but essentially zinc, if you just take zinc, only so much of it is going to get absorbed into your body. And if you're zinc deficient, you're more susceptible to viruses in general. And it's thought that if you can get more zinc into, or it's been shown in laboratory studies, petri dishes, that if you get more zinc into the cells, then you can stop the kind of replication process that the virus, kind of induces when it enters in one of your cells. So the colloquin is a form of zinc that gets actually into your blood, into your cells, and stopping that process. So there's much better information on MedCram about that, and it is something that he's been monitoring for the last several days. So highly recommend the site, YouTube channel. There's a link in the description. And sometime today, I don't believe, let's see, it hasn't started yet. It's been starting soon for the last hour and a half. But now that FEMA is taking on basically the management of this incident, they're going to start having updates from there as well, I assume. And exactly what that involves. Again, if you'd like to go to the FEMA website, there's a FEMA 100 and a FEMA 700 course that you can take online. You can learn about the incident management, the command structure, and you can also learn about FEMA so that you actually have an awareness of what's going on and the type of communication that's going to be used in your environment. Highly recommend those courses. They are free and online, and there are study guides online to help you if you're nervous about taking multiple choice exams, essentially. So, what is the latest from the Twitter sphere in regards to Oregon and Josephine County? Actually, there's a lot of it's like the farther you zoom out in Twitter, really the crazier it gets. So I really like doing local searches on Twitter, but I did find some interesting posts using the Oregon hashtag or keyword. Unemployment claims in 3 days have almost tripled, or they've more than tripled. They've increased by a factor. Anyways, they've gone from 800 to 18,000. It is still before noon. I try not to do math before noon, especially not after not if I haven't had my cup of tea yet. So there is assistance for folks and information going out on Twitter and in folks' communities and the local TV stations about how to file unemployment claims and do all that. This post from the Oregon Veterans Affairs, there's been adjustments regarding GI bills and benefits. There's going to be more online learning. And I expect whatever program they do have to expand. So highly recommend, if you're a veteran, to be checking that out in your community. What else? Oh, a couple other things that I find interesting. So the Department of Energy in Oregon, they are being affected by the CB. I'm not exactly sure how, but they are, discussing and changing the rules and changing their operations to kind of ensure that power stays on throughout our communities. In another future episode, I may talk about open grid technology, which allows people and communities to kind of create their own decentralized power grids throughout their environment. But I believe, yes, I am following them, so I'll continue to get updates if anything goes on with the power. Good to know. And that got me thinking about the data, the computer infrastructure, internet infrastructure throughout the state. And I just know that, in rural areas, especially where I'm at, in the Illinois Valley, It's not ubiquitous throughout the whole valley. It always depends on where you're at. But starting to do some more research into the communications network in the state, where it comes from, how we're connected to it in the valley, and what options do we have if we lose our connection to Grants Pass. How do we, build or use a local telecommunications system that's something other than radio, or just a wider radio network. So I found that interesting. Also, as one of the interesting things about the economy is if we have power companies that fail, private power companies, private telecom companies, private natural resource companies, and they get bailed out by the governments, and the government then owns these assets, then the potential arises for communities to be able to get these assets, get their local community assets back from the government and cooperatively own these assets instead of leaving the government to manage community assets for the people that live in the community, or leaving it up to a corporation. So I'm going to be trying to, figure out if there's any private companies on the stock market in the Illinois Valley or Josephine County, and what's going on with their stocks and, financial futures. So be nice to buy a lumber company, to be able to tokenize it, and 10,000 people within the valley can own a lumber company that's threatening the environment out here. So Northwest Health Foundation. So childcare folks, benefits, and support for families are going to be expanded in Oregon. Not exactly sure how this plays out. I don't have any children here, and yeah, but that's going on. If I find any news on that, usually the local Facebook groups here in the Illinois Valley have, the homeschoolers are posting information, and folks within the school system are posting information on some of the community Facebook groups. So this Grants Pass City Council meet, which I guess is held on Wednesdays. Not sure if it's every week or once a month, but looks very much like the council meetings going on throughout the rest of the country. I've never gone to these meetings before. I'm not in this community, but there's becoming less. Now you can email your comments into your city or county, and those will get added to wherever they're supposed to get added. But the ability for a community to have a dialogue and let alone make decisions is being restricted. So I look forward to learning a little bit more about folks in my community, more so in the Illinois Valley than in Grants Pass. But, yeah, it'd be nice to know what's really going on. And I can't say that I honestly do, but trying to keep tabs on it now. And again, if you'd like to talk about these things in a public forum, on a forum that's not tracking you and selling your conversation to corporations who are, laying you off right now, then go ahead and look in the description or the chat box, join the Illinois Valley Transition Telegram, and, spark up a conversation. Join us on a show. Now this is something interesting, I thought. Now one of the the two most popular things, as far as I can tell, in Oregon is vehicles and mud of all kinds, and mining, right? A lot of people going around doing their own little pan mining and stuff like that. And somebody posted, and this is an eBay thing. I haven't checked out, but there are 3 mining claims on the East Fork of the Illinois River. But gold right now is slightly dropping. Now, 2 years ago, it was at $1,350. The last several months, gold has kind of gone up almost $1,600 an ounce. And now, because we're in a period of deflation and the dollar's strong and people have stopped their gambling in the stock market and stuff and got moved into cash, they've deleveraged some of their positions in gold, and it's brought the price down. But the more money that the government prints, gold will then take this little dip, and gold and silver should shoot up. Although silver, being an industrial material that maybe is getting used less, it'll be interesting to see. But either way, Oregon is known for its gold, and maybe this would be an interesting way for folks in an area to kind of get together and enjoy what warm weather we're going to have soon. And find an ounce a month. That's a lot of money, and it could be a lot more money. So many folks now have the time to do this. I hope that anybody that does it safely and appreciates their natural environment a little bit more. Bam. So I thought that was really cool. So other cool link, some of the YouTube videos that I was thinking about. So again, decentralized, folks are looking for ways to earn an income online and to exchange, more importantly, to exchange value throughout their community in a new way. And so Effect.ai is a platform, and it's a team, and essentially, like, say a social media platform wants to develop an AI to make sure that people aren't posting rude content or nudity or porn or whatever, or that photos and videos that get posted on a social media platform are put into a category like people or outside or nature photos or city photos. And so, but it takes humans to train AIs so that they can do AI things for the good of humans. So this link to this Effect.ai video goes through a demo. They have a micro tasking platform. and you get to earn some of their token, and which can be exchanged for the EOS token, and then exchanged for fiat money or gold or Bitcoin. Or you can just keep the token. But essentially, this is a way to do and get paid for doing small tasks. And as you do the tasks and kind of build up a reputation on the platform, you get offered more complex jobs and more higher paying jobs on the microtasking platform. Real easy to do and real interesting. And this is a skill. It's a new skill. This isn't going to be like the lifesaver of the world or anything, but these type of new patterns that are developing we'll continue to see once most folks kind of resort, go back, once we're not on house arrest from the CB. Which kind of reminds me, so I there's a couple, before I get into some of the fun stuff. Well, one, I will say that on the Singularity University today was the closing of the CV Summit. So if you've been following that, or if you haven't checked it out yet, go to their YouTube channel, and it shouldn't be a bunch of hype, shouldn't be depressing, should be data driven. It's the whole point of this particular university and the reason why I like it. But essentially, right, like folks are learning that working and living in two different places is energy intensive, and that there's a lot of that goes on that's not absolutely necessary and doesn't bring a lot of the happiness that we want in our lives, and kind of traps us in patterns to an extent too. And so one of the things I'm excited about is seeing new work-life patterns emerge. I don't think we know exactly what that's going to look like yet. I think we're going to learn as a culture and small communities new patterns. And what we learn from dealing with this event, as we will take to the larger event and be able to better adapt or mitigate the effects of a rapidly changing environment around us. Of course, we know there's a blizzard in the middle of the country right now. Southeast has been flooded most of the winter. We're coming up on fire season in the Pacific Northwest. We're like, Oregon here, we're 70% of the usual amount of water that we usually have precipitation in southern Oregon. So pretty dry. But these are new patterns that are going to emerge this year, especially towards the end of the year and the beginning of the next year. And this is going to carry us through the next 5 to 7 years, where things are going to change on a very deep level. So, ba-dum-bum. All right. Now, for my favorite cartoon channel, I don't know, it's pretty much my favorite, but it's Simon. This dude has been doing these cartoons, and I just love them. Simon's cat. Cat fight. Boom. So I'll let you go to that person's channel, check it out, subscribe to them, hit the bell notification, if I actually have any that I can see. Oh, hello. Boom. Okay, so it's not going to Facebook. Find that. No. Oh, boom. Let's see. I gotta mute this. Hey, howdy. All right. Let's see. So awesome. I may still have one or two people watching on Facebook. And let's see, can I edit this while it's? Yes, I can. Yeah, I can't edit the thing. No. I wonder if y'all still watching. Oh, hey. Hey, howdy. How's it going? Gonna check YouTube real quick again. So I got all kinds of stuff on my YouTube channel, folks. If you're a YouTube nut. Boom. Yeah, nobody watching on YouTube. Oh, is anybody else still watching this? Gonna end the broadcast here. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Telegram group. If you have any news for other folks in the Valley, drop it in the Telegram group. Let me know about it. If you want to be online and share it with folks, let me know. I can set it up. And I hope everybody has a good day.